Yo.
It is crazy to just like talk about our nicotine addiction. Like it's crazy to talk about it, but like it's really real though. So like
it's ridiculously real.
they used to mess with me, and then like one day they just started pretending like they don't have it. Like, dude, I know you have it under the counter. But why are we acting like I'm an op all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got to go to this place by Lake Merritt, which is like 25 minutes away from me. It's like, so she took my puff, and I was really like, wow, like you took it. And she was like, why are you acting like you're gonna die? And I'm like, it's not about that. It's the principle. Plus, like, I am gonna die. Like, not. Oh God,
definitely on that bridge.
No, I feel it. Shout out Sharky's, man. That's the best smoke shop in the world.
Really? Where's that at?
That's in San Jose.
Oh, okay. So that's where you're mostly based around.
Yeah. I stay out there, so
that's cool.
Shout out to homies
is it banned over there? Because I know like flavors and stuff like woods and stuff are banned in some places. Because over here, in this area, like it's banned. Like you can't have like Russian creams or anything at the store. Yeah.
Nah. In San Jose you can. I heard about that though. Like a while ago, I remember they were saying stuff like SF. Places like that were like trying to stop doing it, but I didn't know they actually went through with it.
No, the city's been banned. Like you have to like, that's what I'm saying. Like I know that they have them under the counters. Like you have to know the people and be like, yeah, let me get it, and then they'll pull it from the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like
really,
yeah, and that's why it's annoying. So like if they
dirty shit.
Yeah, really, it's like you're about to buy some kilos, but like it's really like a puff. You know what I mean? So it's like
you're trying to get some Russian woods or something.
Yeah, so just man, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. That's why like when they cut you off, it's like. Wow, like, you just fucked my whole game up. Oh, yeah. You just added like another 20, 30 minutes into my day.
I was just about to say that. Like,
go grab one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Welcome back to Set the Tone podcast, Blinktone Studios. Adam KG, IMX, and we got BTC in the studio today, man.
Yeah.
How you feeling? How you like the color? We could change it anything you want.
I like the blue, man. I'm a big fan of blue. I'll be fucking with the blue lighting a lot. Right. For me, it's either like I go with blue. If I'm chilling, I'll either go with like. I'm not gonna lie, when I'm chilling, because I got those little strip lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I usually, I like, because I only have them on one wall, so I usually either keep it white, so that way it's like real bright when I'm editing and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like sleeping and going to nighttime, shit like that. Either keep it like red or something.
Red is the color for sure. Yeah. That's demon time. I know.
I like blue. Like really, when I'm editing, I don't know. It's like. Actually, it's one of two things. Like what you said, like sometimes I just turn all the lights on and have it super bright. Because, like, totally, like, you know, mood lighting for show, like, really just kind of calms you down. And, like, when you're chilling, but what I realize is that when I have, like, the mood lighting or, like, the blue light on, when I'm editing, I'm just like, I just kind of want to chill. Like, I'm just kind of more in a vibe mood. Like, it's, like, sterile and it's hella bright. I'm like, all right.
Gotta work.
Let's just work.
Right.
For sure. Lighting is super, like, lighting can set the tone, especially like when I'm editing too. Like, it like you can really get more creative if you want a more like creative vibe, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel that though. That's an interesting topic because like, yeah, sometimes like you do need just like you said, just regular lights on. Because like when you do have it all red and it's all dark, you kind of get in that vibe. Like sometimes my setup is like not in my room anymore. Like when I was living with my mom's, like that's how it was. It was slept in my room, edited in my room, and so like. It was like, you know, I always have my room red. So sometimes like when I am editing, it kind of was like, it was a weird feeling because I would go to sleep with that same color on. So it wasn't like a huge distinguishing factor of like when I edit. Yeah. So I realized like I had to switch it up. Like I definitely had to move my my editing setup out of my room because I just feel like I'm not productive in my room at all. Like I used to be, but like now I just can't do it because like if I'm in my room, I'm just laying down. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
For sure. Nah, I feel that. My editing unit, I like to call it or whatever. That's in a little loft area, like separate from my room and shit.
You got a desktop or a laptop?
I use PC.
I like to hear it, but this guy, a lot of people, it's crazy because actually I found out that a lot of people don't edit on PCs. Like most people edit on laptops. Like I know you do that. Manmar edits on a laptop. I think Susie edits on a laptop. I think Polo edits on a laptop. Like
hey, it's so portable.
Nah, you're right.
That's chill. Like I love it.
Do you use Final Cut?
No.
Oh, okay. I was surprised at how many people use Final Cut.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's what
do you use Final Cut or?
Well, not because I mean, I guess you could on PC if you fucking tweak that shit out, but I
wait, is Final Cut
yeah, because it's like iMovie. It's Apple. Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Nah, yeah. I mean, I think I just dove in the deep end when I first started. I just went straight Premiere, and I'm kind of glad I did because I kind of like Premiere. I mean, obviously it crashes all the time and shit like that, but I mean, I think Final Cut is I don't know, looks too simple. And I know that sounds stupid, but at the same time, I just don't understand how you get, and also the creative link, the dynamic link between After Effects, super easy, you know.
Huge. Yeah, my thing with Final Cut was especially now the difference is that now you can go on YouTube, because my biggest thing is YouTube. I always I learned everything off YouTube.
Facts.
You feel me? And so
YouTube University.
Yeah. Truth. Yes, 100%. 3-4 years ago when I was really first learning and going on YouTube videos, all the cool shit that I was looking at, it was all After Effects tutorials.
Right.
Not Final Cut or and don't get me wrong, I mean, at the time too, you could do cool shit on Final Cut, but
it was more,
I felt like I was limited.
Yeah, there was more people talking about Premiere than there was Final Cut. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even go through the phase where I went iMovie and then Premiere. I remember just going straight Premiere. So really hasn't really changed since then. Yeah. But I mean, that's interesting though. The setups. Do you have any type of time of day ritual? Anything you do when you edit? Is there? Okay, I edit at night. I edit in the mornings.
I'm a morning person. Okay. Bro. So it's kind of I kind of treat it back when you was in high school and stuff like that. Try to get your homework done first when you get it done in the day. You know, then you do stuff afterwards. And so I took that into editing. So bro, when I wake up, sometimes I'll literally wake up before I even shower. I'll edit. I'll just go straight to my computer for an hour, 30 minutes, something like that, and just get my head going, all that type of stuff. Then go take a shower, come back, and I'll be editing in the mornings. If I can, I'll seriously try to get my whole editing day done within the first 6. Because I try to get 8 hours in every day.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 8 hours strictly of editing, or all together with videos and.
Or the editing specifically. But see, when I'm shooting videos or 2 videos a day, stuff like that, that's obviously where it gets a little complicated.
Yeah,
it's got to short down to 6, something like that.
Right. Yeah.
4. That's still a grind. That's 8 hours.
I mean, I'm also counting in proxying footage. And export, taking out B-roll sequence. Export, huge thing. All that stuff too. So
that's interesting. Yeah, morning time is definitely something that I've gravitated to more or so, because when I started really getting into music videos, I was going to school and I had a job, so I was I could only edit at 2 a.m. So for a while I was bro, I can't edit during the day. I can only edit at night. That's when I whatever. But then I realized now I'm so less productive at nighttime, because I just feel I'm tired or whatever. So I'm now I'm just been waking up and editing, like you said, and then really what I do is okay, I factor in, I wake up, I get to the editing station, get everything that I need to lined up. That's something we could talk about too, is what kind of your process is in terms of breaking down the videos. Because I know everybody does it different, and we don't really have a visual to show how you would break it down. But for me, when I do a video, I get all the B-roll first, and then I start putting performance scenes in. So when I do that, after I put my B-roll down, I just start going through Instagram, answering DMs, whatever, doing what I got to do on a social media tip. And then I go edit. And then after that, I just reserve the rest of the night to just go shoot and stuff like that. Because I just know that now I'm just not going to edit after I just did 2 shoots. And then I just drove back from, Fresno. I'm just not going to do it. So, right.
Yeah. Nah, my editing's pretty it's pretty similar, I'd say. So obviously I proxy on my footage. And if you're a Final Cut user or you don't use proxies, that's basically just making the video just for the editing sequence and for the timeline, it makes it compressed, and that could take depending on your footage, that could take up to 30 minutes all the way up to an hour. It really depends.
Are you shooting in 4K and all of your
everything.
Even so 4K for in 24 or 4K 30 or are you shooting slow-mos with it or just Oh wow.
So 4K 60.
I use the A7S3.
Okay, so you got 4K. You got 4K 60.
Yeah, how are you liking that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's 4K 60.
It's 1080 for 120. That'd be sick though.
That would be so
That'd
sick.
be crazy. There are cameras now that do have it though.
Yeah, I think it's the new FX that has that, right?
The new FX3 is pretty much the same thing as the A7S3. But
I think it's 4K 120, right? Am I tripping or not? Look that up real quick.
I think
though.
so.
Look that up real
That's
quick.
what I heard.
Nah, I feel it.
I think so.
But yeah, no, I shoot everything in 4K, so that's why I proxy all the footage. But once I have all my footage proxied, the first thing I do is sequencing the audio and the clips, so that way everything's in match. And then I take out the B-roll. I don't start cutting up my sequences. I just line them up first. That way I could like get a visual
so you do like
know?
the stacking where you
yeah.
stack all the performance and then you just cut from there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll stack all the performance shots, and then after I have all of them stacked, before I start cutting anything out, I take out B-roll.
Mm-hmm.
And after I take out the B-roll, I'll start going through the clips, and I'll start cutting out what I don't like from the clips.
Wow.
So that way, when I go into the editing and I start actually like sequencing it, I get to choose like from what, like I already know what I don't want. I already know what is like, little bullshit scenes that aren't gonna,
Do you start with like cause I only do that method like every now and then, and I noticed that when you do the stacking, you stack all the performance scenes. It's usually like the top performance scene, like I usually use the most, and it kind of like goes down in order. Like the bottom one usually gets used the least because I gotta like cut all the way down to get to the bottom. Like, do you have any kind of hierarchy in how you like?
I'm just that's the whole reason why when I do the like the whole stacking and stuff. That's why I go in and I take out what I don't want and stuff like that. So that way I don't feel like I wouldn't like. Most of the time there's not more than like 5 clips that I'm like seeing which one I want to use. Like, there's not usually more than like 5 clips on top of each other that I'm like, oh, okay, should I use this one, this? Because I've already taken out a lot of the bad clips.
That you don't like.
And if I'm shooting like let's say we shot a lot, we have like 20 performance shots, 20 stacks. I'm making sure I'm cutting out anything I don't want.
Yeah.
Because there's so much footage and there's so much like that I should go to. I'm really big on like not missing anything. I don't want the person to hit me back and be like, yo, we shot this. This is dope.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted this to be in there type shit, Because I feel it too. I want to make sure everything is like, I want to make sure I get everything in there,
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny that
Solid.
you said the syncing stuff. He just learned today that you could sync
Right-click?
you could sync the audio with the song. He just found
I
that
didn't
out.
even know that.
You're sitting there making marks and shit?
No, I just
in and out points and then just
Yeah,
in and out points and like and just the out point is on the snare hit and then I just like put link it up like I don't know, I kind of like it like that, like that's.
We were talking about it earlier and we were just saying like for us it's like sometimes obviously getting the lyrics like synced up is important, but like a lot of like our style videos, like we really like it's more or less so like what the body movement and the camera movement is on the shot, less than did he like to the T say on the song. Like sometimes I could notice in my older videos they don't say it exactly what they're saying, but since his body movement hit on the beat, like it's cool, like what I mean. But it's interesting that like you guys both do that because like, and I realize like I feel like I'm the like only person that I've met that like doesn't do like stacking because like I feel like when I see a timeline and I see that like the stacks and stuff, it gives me such like anxiety. Like I just feel like
I only do that honestly. If I'm being honest, I only do that when I'm like have songs that I don't really like because that's the most efficient way to edit. Okay. Like the other way that I edit honestly takes a lot longer.
The truth comes out.
Yeah. But it's like I can genuinely edit a full video within like 30 minutes or like 15 minutes.
Okay, so dude, okay, fuck, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
This guy is just an asshole.
I seen bros say that. I seen a bunch of bros and like I seen some real like reputable people said they could edit videos in 3 to 4 hours. Like,
dude,
obviously 30 minutes is fucking that's insane too.
He just makes our job so much harder. Like if I work with anybody that work with Adam, I just hate my life because they think that like we could pull up to one gas station and then like we got the whole video done, and then also they think that they're gonna get their video by that night that we shot it. Like that's what Adam does.
Okay,
like,
bro,
I don't do that as
Adam
much
pulls
anymore.
up to a gas station, shoots for 20 minutes, and then leaves, and then he's like driving home, edits the video, and then sends it to them.
Look.
Like it's ridiculous. This dude is like a monster. Like, but that's also due to the fact that he doesn't use any effects. Like, you know what I mean? So like, with our style of editing, it's a little bit like we just gotta kind of wait and like it takes longer.
Yeah.
You know
See,
what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. A thing with me is like, I do a lot of effects, and a lot of the times I'm making up for maybe a lack of like, cinematicness. Like let's say, I didn't have that dope lighting or something like that. I'm still gonna make that shot look dope with the effects type stuff.
Yeah.
Right? But then I always say all the time, like you guys' videos, those are some of my favorite videos. Especially with your cinematics, it's like I never looked out at a video and been like, oh yeah, this hella needs effects. Like I never look.
That's what it is though. That's why the reason why he could edit so fast is because his effects are in the shots, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
For sure, yeah.
like that's why he doesn't need to spend hella time because he's already spent the time like figuring it out when he shoots it. Like, and that's one thing that I realized like when he shoots it, he's like, he told me one time, he's like, yeah, I shoot the same shot like from 3 times and from 3 different angles. That way when he chops it up, it looks like it's such a Jurassic.
Yeah. That's a pro tip. That's honestly
I was like damn,
that makes editing for me so much easier because it also like when you think about okay, so when you break it down like at a music video, like you pull up to a shoot, what you're gonna leave, let's say on average, we shoot maybe like 6 to 7 performance scenes on average for most videos. Let's say it takes 2 hours, at least for me. That's what I say, but it's probably most of my videos are like an hour 20 long shoots.
I agree.
So when I pull up 6 shots, 2-minute long song, that's 12 minutes of performance take shooting. 12 minutes out of an hour and a half. What's all the rest of the time? So what I realize is that the rest of the time is everybody just like all the time in between, and it's like all the time in between that like takes so long to get to the next performance scene, and what takes videos like so long is the lagging in between. So it's like what I realize is that it's so much easier to get hella more performance takes in if you just like right after you shoot one scene and you're like, okay, this is fire. You're like, stay right there. I'm gonna just come in a little bit closer, or and I do it like the same shot like 2 or 3 times, like without really moving. The whole thing is like a wide, and then the whole thing is like a medium, and then the whole thing is like a close, and then when I go in, and then I just got 3 times as many clips for this one shot.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick. I remember when you told me that, I was like, damn.
I need to steal that like that like you need to like do that again because my big thing is I'll get the shot, and then once we're looking at it or something, like, or once we're done with the shot, I'll be like, all right, let's get this next shot going,
Yeah.
And if there's fucking 10 people there, it's gonna take at least fucking another 2 minutes for everybody to get together and be ready.
Momentum is has died down, and now everybody's just thinking about what they're gonna do after or something. You know what I mean? It's just like it takes a second, but yeah, it's interesting. Like it's crazy that it's cool to see like different, and by like I said it on the last podcast, it's just like by having the studio, it's cool to see like different people, how people shoot different. Like you know what I mean? You see how like their system of going about a shoot is completely different, and it's like it kind of like it just blows my mind. Like you know what I mean? And it's like sometimes I either like, oh, why are they doing that? Or like, dude, I should be doing that. You know what I mean? Because it's just like that people just kind of, it's not only about, number one, it's about being efficient, right? And then it's also just about like, moving, keeping that, like I've seen like I forgot the name of the guy, but he was so good at just keeping the whole, and like the excitement up. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're shooting, like, people kind of lose momentum or they lose energy through the shoot, and they're kind of like, by the end of it, they're like, are we done? You know what I mean? Yeah. But the guy like was really on point with like in between each performance take, like when a song like stopped, another song started playing like off of his Spotify playlist. So everybody was like hella turned in the middle of it. And I was like, damn, I'm like, how did you do that? Like, like, did you put it on, like, how did you go from your files to your Spotify? Like, I just didn't understand what he was doing, but I just really looked like, damn, he just kept the momentum up. Like now they're hella excited to do the next performance scene. So it was super interesting to see though. But
that's definitely good too. If you have like girls in the video, something like that, that'll for sure keep it alive.
Cause that's sometimes like weird. Like you ever like, okay, performance scenes going on, and then music stops.
Let's talk about it.
And the music just stops, and then you're just like, and everybody's just kind of like waiting around for you to say something, and then you're just like, but you're not even sure what's gonna happen next. So you're just, and then you just got like 15 just like grown adults like, oh, so what's next?
Yeah,
and then you're just like,
I ain't gonna lie though, I prefer that over like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'd prefer that over like that awkward like Cause I've tried to tell people like after a shot, like I said, like let's do this next shot, and they hella think like I'm rushing them, or they hella think like it's like a you're just trying to get in and out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talking about like the time and being efficient, like. Don't you ever hate sometimes like I stop putting like hours on my prices because I realize that kind of like like the door like hits you on the way out, because like really it's like like you said, like 2 hours, right? But then sometimes you can knock out a video in an hour and 20, and sometimes like if you get lucky, like you could maybe do it in 45 minutes. You never know.
Yeah.
But then like you ever have those clients that are like, yeah, but like no, we have 2 hours.
We got you,
bro.
We got you till blackout.
Bro. It's like it's almost like a Russian roulette. Like when you're like, all right, bro, you feeling good about it? And then they're like, yeah. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna take off, and they're like, oh wait, no, I got you till 9, and I'm like.
Right, oh. It's really rolling the dice. You really gotta say it a certain way, and I say it the same way all the time. I always end. This is how I end it. I feel like I got it on the script. I just be like, what will I say? I'll be like, I start listing off shots to make it seem like we really just did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man, dude, this was a great shoot. Like I think we got like 10 or 15 scenes. We got the side angle. We got the one over by the hill. We got the one under the light, street light, and just start naming them, like sounding like I really know exactly every shot. And they're like,
for any artist listening right now, he's just giving away his sauce.
No, but I mean, obviously, I wouldn't say that just to get out of a situation, because you know what I mean? Like it makes it harder on me to edit, and it actually takes longer if I just short a shoot and then have to like compensate with edit. So it's like it's never in my best interest. You're just
shooting your own foot.
Right.
Like,
so it's like it's never my best interest to just stop the shoot. So like obviously I don't feel like if any artist is listening to this, like I'm not saying it to like get out of there sooner. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm only gonna say it if I really genuinely think that like I got all the footage. And like I always say to all my artists, like, and I if I look at the video and I really feel like I just don't have enough footage, I'll pull back up on you, bro. I'm not like one of those people that's not gonna do that, bro, because like that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like now that like we're raising the prices and evolving, like I'm not gonna charge somebody what I'm charging now and then just be like, like it was, because it's my fault that we didn't get enough. I mean, sometimes the artist, pulls up late and they like are messing up, so that's their fault. I'm not gonna pull it back up on you. But if I know that it was my fault genuinely that we didn't get enough footage that day, I'm going to pull it back on you. So it's not like I'm trying to cheat my way out of it, but it is like crazy to see, like, not crazy, but it is annoying when some artists are like, nah, I got you for another hour. And you're just like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, for what? At that point, you're just like, I feel like paparazzi. I'm just like following you around with a camera at this point, dude. Like,
I know you ever, that's a good, you ever like, have you ever been asked to like shoot like something like I don't even know how to explain it, like walking through the mall or something like some weird like that. I've never been hit with that one in specific, but that's just like a random, you know what I mean? Those type of ones, like I hate that shit. Dude, I'm not gonna follow. All
right, give me a story. Give me a story.
Like, I mean, man. Hey, bro,
let me think.
I was gonna. Hey, yo,
think about it.
Can I hit that real quick?
Yeah, man.
I'll be a thing. I swear to God.
do your thing, man. Yeah. Actually, not. There was a time I shot in the mall. Think good about it. There was one time I shot at. This is real early, bro. This is like 3 years ago, maybe 2 years.
Oh yeah,
ago.
When'd you start shooting?
Shit, like 3-4 years ago, like probably
2017.
Yeah, probably around there. Probably 2017, 2018.
I'm such a
fiend,
like that. Oh my God.
Nah, but yeah, bro. I was shooting in the mall.
Oh yeah.
And I was shooting in the mall, and it was at what was it? I think it was called Eastridge in San Jose, and just in general, just walking like you said, bro, just following someone with a camera, especially when it's not like when you're not like in that straight like zone, like it's just you, this other person, maybe a couple of their homies. None of you guys really know each other that well. First time shooting that type of shit, like it's hella weird. And, like I remember in this specific time too. I remember I was, and I mean no shots against the guy, but this is a pretty funny story I tell a lot of people. I was shooting at this mall, and he walks into the shoe palace, and he gets a pair of I don't know what they're. I think like
Common Forces, whatever. Like
they're some type of J's, bro.
Okay.
And they're probably worth like $200 or something. 150, good amount of money. So he gets the shoes. We do all the shots, stuff like that. It's hella awkward because we're in a fucking mall. Like it's just a hella weird ass shoot.
Yeah.
And right before we get the last shot, He's like, all right, let's go walk the Champs real quick. Like I said, we started this adventure at Shoe Palace. Now we're going to Champs, right? So listen to this, bro. He goes to Champs, right? And he grabs shoe cleaner and some that scrubby shit. You feel me? He buys the shit. He goes to the bathroom. He scrubs that shit off and returns the shoes to Shoe Palace.
Wow.
After we shot the video, like basically right before the last shot.
Wow, that's.
And I was just walking with the camera, witnessing all that. Like,
you're like,
that's crazy.
This is early, bro. I was only charging like $300 a video or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I still get like just the other day I had something like that where it was just like, you know, you ever get those clients where just get this, get that, get this, get this, this, that. Like, I just had that happen the other day. Like, pull up, you know, and at this point, I'm like, I'm not like. I always take like I've come to learn this, that like, you know, Adam told me one time, because like I got in this mode where I was like, you know, I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but like you got like he told me one time, he's like, bro, you got to realize, like, even if they don't know what they're talking about and the shot that they said is so weak, like if you do what they want for the most part, then when you send it to them, then they're gonna like it, because
they're gonna have no reason to be like, what, bro, you fucked up, because it's like,
that's your shot.
This is what you wanted.
Yeah, this is
sometimes,
exactly what you wanted.
Sometimes you got to put your creativity to the side.
Yeah,
over
right.
there.
Sometimes,
but I think there are some times though where, you know, you could say something and maybe they didn't realize, like maybe like I don't know, like maybe there's a missing thing in the plot line or something like that.
Yeah.
That happens a lot, bro. Where people like
facts.
they say something and there's like no ending to it, or
right?
You know, like something like that. No. I think stuff like that's important to try to get that through.
I mean, yeah. So like, yeah. I mean, obviously, a lot of times, like, you know, for the most part, people come with their skits ideas or whatever, and you gotta put in perspective. You gotta, you know, tell them what it is and if that's gonna work. And that's, for the most part, you know, that's why people, you know, they hire you, because they respect what you gotta say. But like, you know, that's what, you know, I kind of got in the mode where like people just, you know, like ask me what did I want to do. So I was in that mode for a while, and then like just the other day, this guy and like all his homies, like every second was, yeah, get this, yo, my shoes, get this. I'm like, bro, who are you? Why would I get your shoes, right? But like, I'm not saying this because they're all OGs, right? So I'm like, I know if I just stop, if I say something right now, it's not going well. So like, just the whole time I was like, all right. They're like, yeah, get this. And I'm just like, bro, like at this point, like, and the guy that booked it, you know, I was trying to keep a positive like attitude the whole time, but like towards the end, it kind of like got like a little bit where they were like, cameraman this, cameraman that, and like just pointing hella hard. So then at the end, I was just like, I told the guy, I was just like, bro, I'm not a paparazzi, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not, I don't follow you with the camera and do whatever. Like, that's just not what I do. Yeah. And it's just like, you got to respect it. And I'm not trying to be like too cool for school, but like at the end of the day, it's just like, this is not me, bro. Like,
it's you and the artist working on a video together. It's not people get this weird like idea, like when you like, I'm gonna use quote unquote hire a director, because like I hate using that word. Yeah. Because when you hire somebody, it's like almost as if do what I say, you have no say in it at all. Like you have to do what I say. It's like having a boss or something like that, and that's not really what this is all about. You know, it's about the reason why they hire you is so that way you could put your creativeness into it. You know.
Yeah, I think like what we were talking about a long time ago when I was saying like the whole thing with just basically get what they want you to get. It really more so stems back to. It's like a certain type of business videography, right, where instead of like, I think a lot of times when I'm shooting, especially for artists that are kind of paying me, and then, you know, I'm not necessarily super passionate about the video, but they're paying me to pull up. I'm like, essentially what I'm here to do is to service you, and I'm kind of like throwing my ego a little bit to the side, because I'm like. Yeah. You know what? It's their video. It's their money. So it's like, even because I do this all the time, and probably people, if like you really like were to look up a lot of my videos, some of my videos are not as up to par with like how I would want them to be. A lot of times, because like I'm definitely bending a lot of my creativity to kind of what the person wants. Yeah. And sometimes it's like it can be kind of a pro and con, because it's like at the end of the day you're gonna send it back to them, and I'm like, did everything that you wanted, There's no reason for you to be like, hit me back with the, oh, can you re-edit? Can you do all this?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm more so kind of saving myself on the back end of like not having to re-edit or not have them be mad at me.
Yeah.
But I am sacrificing a lot of kind of like my overall, like the overall aesthetic in my opinion, because like sometimes like they're saying like, oh, can we shoot in here? Can we shoot in here? And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, this is a terrible fucking location. Like, this looks horrible. But I'm like, your video, it's your money. Like if you want to do this, you were probably looking forward to shooting this, so I'm gonna do what you want me to do, and that's gonna be it.
I think that's
but it's a pro and con, because it goes both ways, because maybe sometimes I should be like, hey bro, I don't know if this is really the best location. Like, can we try to pick something else, and maybe it'll benefit them in a better way on the back end. But in many different service fields, like the customer is always right.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you could just tell off the vibe of like who that person is. Like, you could just tell right instantly, like, okay, I know this is not gonna go well if I just say, nah, that's not the way we do it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like sometimes people just want it exactly the way that they want it. So you just gotta read the room and like see. Like, now that's why like when I price my videos, like I only really have 2 different prices, and now like my lowest price is just like, okay, you know, we like a certain amount of like hours or whatever, but it's basically like in terms of edits, it's like kind of like basically. You can't really like suggest any edits. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, I want this one that you did in this video and this whatever. It's like, no, like we're gonna just do it the way, like, you know what I'm saying, like I want to do it, which sounds kind of like selfish, but like that's just allows me to be more like, you know, kind of more.
If you're gonna go with that cheaper option,
right? Yeah, because
you're gonna have to like deal with the cheaper benefits of that. Or,
exactly. But it's like, you know, the more expensive one. It's like, like I'm more open to like whatever you say, I'm gonna listen to you first, and then I'm just gonna like kind of chime in and let you know like what I think about logistically, if that's gonna work, or like if that's gonna just look good overall. You know what I mean?
How do you differentiate your pricing?
So really, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, like how I'm at right now, I'm more on like the tip of like I want to shoot what I want. And, like, I want to work on what I want. So I have a set price for just really any shoots in like the Bay Area and NorCal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that really doesn't change, because if they let's say they didn't want effects and they try to say something like that, well, I do effects on my videos. You know? And that's just how I like my work. If you don't want the effects on the videos, then you probably gonna have to go to someone else realistically, unless it's someone I'm cool with, and we'll work some stuff out.
Yeah.
But there are like rare situations like someone I've already shot for hits me and they're like, okay, I have one location. Like, I promise you, the shoot's not going to take any longer than an hour, like for sure. And I trust him. Like, it really is only going to take like an hour, maybe hour and a half, something like that. And it's just like I only have to pull up one spot. Yeah, I'll do it for a little bit cheaper,
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, traveling, all that stuff.
How
is
do you
different too.
How do you feel about people kind of heckling or kind of not heckling or it's like trying to.
And it's not
bring your price down.
It's not negotiating. It's a
heckling, right?
Is it?
Wait, what is it?
I mean,
haggling.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Heckling's like crowd.
Yeah, I was like, well, this doesn't sound right. No.
But not yet, dude. I swear, just the other day I got or just like a couple weeks ago, I got hit up and they asked me to do a video for like. They're like, yo, like, could you work with like $250?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like that's the easiest way to just get blocked, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like. Okay, so like if I tell you a set price, right, and then you're trying to haggle me or that type of stuff, I take it a certain way because like there's a reason why my prices are set this way.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they've gone up. If that happens a lot too, or a price goes up. Someone I shot for like a year ago is asking, like, oh, can I get the same stuff like that? It's like there's so much that goes into this shit that people just don't fucking know. Like, that's the craziest part. Like, so there are times where I did videos for like $300, $400, and it's like I'm editing the video. Like I said, I spend, like I'll spend 6 to 8 hours a day editing a video and not even get the video done because I'm doing like hella effects and stuff like that. It's like I work so hard. I spend so much time on every video. If I'm only getting a couple $100, I'm not like
it's just not worth your time.
I don't feel that passion to do it. Which it sucks. I don't want to sound like money hungry, like because it's not like that. but I went through so much. I've done so many cheap videos to
now
I'm at this
ROI
point.
That's the whole reason why I think that it's hard for people to kind of who don't understand a lot of videography or like these different like creative fields, where it's like if you were to just single out like one video and just like, okay, so you're charging me, let's just say $600 for this video, and then you look at it, it's like it maybe took you an hour and a half to shoot and then maybe like 4 hours to edit. It's like if you just look at it like $600 that's expensive. That's a lot of money for somebody to give one person to work on like one project. But when you put it into context, the reason why people charge that much is because all of the time it took to acquire the skills to be able to do it in the short amount of time that they're able to do it. Yeah. It's not about the direct amount of time or the direct amount of like how much effort one person took to do that one project. It's about the journey of how long it took for you to get up to that price. So it's like, you know, if you're a smaller artist and you hit up like a bigger director or like a even like a tattoo artist or like a producer or anyone, and then they're for like a small piece or something that's smaller, they're charging you like a really expensive price, and it's maybe like it's comparable to another person who's doing the same quality level work but is doing it for far cheaper. It's the reason why that person is charging that higher price is because how much time and how much effort and what it took to get them to be charging that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, dude, if like this is to all the artists. Like, if you want a cheap video, go to a cheap director.
Yeah.
Like, you're not walking into Gucci asking for Hanes, and you're not walking into Walmart asking for Gucci.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it goes both ways. Like, if you're going to a cheap director and then you're asking him for hella fucking shit, you know, and he only charge you like a couple $100, you know, then like, you know, that doesn't really make too much sense. If you want a high quality video with a bunch of high quality stuff, then you're gonna have to pay for a high quality director. It's like that for everything.
I mean, you know, obviously some directors out there kill it for other people where they just throw out the most randomest numbers. Like I've heard some obscene like numbers, and I've heard some amazing shit. I haven't. I don't like judge it too much because, like you said, like everybody has their own whatever. But that's what I try to say. It's like in the creative field, you're not paying me hourly. You're not paying me on how long it took me to do it. You're paying me on how long it took me to get this to where I'm at. Exactly. That's just what you're paying me for, is like just the time, the journey, the experience. And people try to like, oh, because my camera's this. Like, nah, bro, you're paying me just because it took me this long to be able to do this.
Yeah. Have you ever got the like oh, how much you charge? You send it back like, oh, what you shooting on Red Cam? You got drone, you got like all these different things you shoot on this, and it's like
ask a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, no, for sure.
I think that going back to like the haggling, I think you know, at first I got like super offended by it. I was like, dude, like, you know, I was like, man, don't ever try to like whatever. Yeah. But like then you got to realize like in most businesses and business world, people like negotiate prices. So at the end of the day, like when someone comes at me with a respectable like whatever, it makes sense where I'm like, okay, if I'm, you know, for example, if I'm charging 1,000, then you said 900 and then or like 870, I'll be like, okay, that's not a slap in the face, but I can see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to save a couple hundred. Okay, I'm gonna keep on messaging you and then tell you why it's still 1,000. But if you hit me with the 500, now it's like, okay, you're trying to, you feel me, disrespect me at this point. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, like the whole thing, if I tell you $1,000 for a video and then you tell me 900, that's not a slap to my face, that's a slap to your face.
Right.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, bro, what? Like, I've actually, this actually gets me like riled up saying it. It's so fucking insane. This is a true story. I'm not gonna say the person's name. Yeah. But back, like, same thing. Like, probably like, not saying, probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, right? There was an artist that I was just like, I fucked with his movement. Like, I was just fucking with him, and we were talking about editing a video, and I think I told him like, cause he already had the video clipped up and stuff. He just wanted some effects. So I told him I would do it for like 125. Wow. I think it was like 125 or 130. And I swear he asked me if I could do it for 120.
Oh, wow. Wow. Like, bro, we're
talking like $5 to $10 fucking dollars, bro.
Right. Yeah. You're just like, at this point, it's like, okay, well, why? What? Like, why?
Yeah. That just makes you think like, damn, like every situation you get, like no matter what it is, you're just trying to get a deal. Like,
right. Well, it's not even about the money at that point. It's about like, it's
Like, seriously. Like,
well, because it's kind of like it is kind of a power move if you're able to be like the person who said the last word and able to like you send a price and then they like you send like, oh no, can you do it for this? And then they're like, I mean, fine. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like it's an irrational, but I like that's probably where they're coming from. It's not even about the money. It's like
facts.
That's why I think that's why I get a little mad because I know it's not about the money. Like, it's fucking. That's why I say it's like $5 to $10. Like, what? I think that's what it is.
Their, you just see like their intentions. Like they just want to get and really just to end the whole like conversation on that. It's like, you know, they'll people will say like, oh, I know so and so that's charging this, and he could do that, and this. It's like, well, number one, you came to me for a reason. Number two, it's like, I know he probably could do it, but obviously he can't think of doing it the way I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like at the end of the day, you've gone through all the trouble of watching my videos, then messaging me. It's like, dude, I know you want my video, not to sound like that, but it's like, bro, don't try to like finesse, like, don't try to make me sound like I'm like not that great, like, you know what I mean? Because like people try to like
talk you down.
They'll try to downplay you, like, like I know that Wooty Woop's charging this and whatever. It's like, bro, like, save us all this trouble, dude. You came to my page and you know that you like my videos, bro. Do not make it seem like you like somebody else's videos more, but you're just settling with me, right? Do not make it sound like that, because that's not the case.
There was probably like a solid 6 months where like about half a year where like at least once a week someone would send me one of Susie's videos.
Oh man.
And be like, bro, can you do this?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, can you do something like this?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I hella like this.
Oh my god! Shout out to Susie. He's coming on.
Shout out to Susie, dude.
He's coming on the podcast very soon. We lined that up.
You guys gotta get him on here for sure.
We definitely lined that up. It's cool though, because like that was one of those people that like, like, you know, see a lot of his work and then being able. He's shot at their studio like 7 times, 8 times. He's like the first person to ever shoot here for real. So like seeing him work and like seeing him in person, like face to face, is super cool. But
he shot here before I shot here.
Yeah, me too. It's crazy. But yeah, that's very true. I feel like I've yet to get a Susie video, because like I don't know, people don't send me Susie's videos, but I get a lot of like even crazier ones, like where they'll be like, they'll send me a Lyrical Lemonade, or they'll send me a you know what I'm saying, a Jerry PhD or whatever. And not even that, because like Jerry PhD doesn't do crazy effects, but obviously he's a good
that level.
But they'll just send me that, and like and then those are the ones that are like, can you do it for cheaper? Like, you know, those are always the ones that are want the deal, but they want the best video out there.
I'm not exaggerating when I say I had to have gotten, like, on Instagram, people have had to DM me that the Need Hand Me by Briz video. Bro, I like, especially this 1 week in specific, like I put it on my story. I was like, this bro Susie's a go. Like, give him his trophy, bro. Because I had not gotten so many DMs about one video in my fucking life, and 10 people sent, like, at least like within a week, like 10 people sent me this fucking video. And I'm like, bro, like,
I think that's Sue's going up for sure. He definitely like started this little like aesthetic that people are going. It's funny to see. I love this one post that he did with that Soulja Boy thing, where it's like,
that was hilarious.
You stole my.
Oh yeah.
But it was hilarious because I'm not gonna name any names, but everybody in the comments was like, yeah. But then I'm like, he's talking about you. You know what I mean? Like, like, yeah, don't copy. And like, bro, click the page. Like, bro, he's talking about you.
And let me just make one thing clear. That there are for sure effects that Susie have done.
Yeah.
That like figured out my own little way to do it and have implemented them.
Yeah.
But and I think that's cool. But I also think that's one of those things like you gotta. It's kind of like a giving credit type of thing. You know.
You have to.
I wouldn't just do something and like especially if you don't like talk to that person or you don't like have any type of relationship with that person, then it's kind of like you're just stealing sauce and just running away with it.
I mean, if you're his homie, like, okay, it makes a little more sense because you guys are just feeding off each other and like kind of learning together. Because like
I hear you.
I like doubt that, like, I mean, just in general, like, I doubt that he just came up with all this stuff by himself and like he didn't bounce things off other people. Like, you know, people develop stuff for sure. But I mean, one of those things, like now I rarely get sent other people's videos, but one of my pet peeves is getting sent my other videos and then like at this mark I want this edit, and this mark I want that edit that you did, and then I'm like, bro, like that's why I hate doing certain things in videos, because I just know that everybody after that's gonna be like, I want it like this video. But it's just like I tell everybody, it's like, dude, do you want this person's video or do you want your video? Like, you know what I mean? Do you want your own custom made thing, or like what's going on here?
Bro, this is off topic. This is just be real quick, because we brought this up earlier, or kind of brought this up. I don't know if I had to ask this. So, you ever had a situation where you're shooting a video and like one of the rappers' homies maybe tells them like, hey, you should do this. You should stand here, do some shit like that. And they
it's like the assistant director friend.
They're like, yeah, I should be a director,
bro. Yo,
it seems like, hey, especially now, like recently, it seems like everybody's on that tip.
Bro, it's so funny. It's funny that you say that, because I've literally like what was it, last night or like the past week, I've had that happen like 3 times, where it's like a specific, it's always like somebody's friend.
It's always the homie.
And then they're like micromanaging the fuck out of the person. They're like, yo, like while they're shooting, like, yo, bro, you gotta do that, bro. And like, oh, bro, yo, shoot it from this angle, shoot. And I'm like, yo, like, calm down. Like,
you want to take the camera? You want to give it a shot?
He should have paid you for the video. Like,
yeah, why do you need me?
Like, Mr. Goat over here, like, take it away.
It's like, crazy, bro.
Like, I get telling them, like, wipe the sweat off, or, you know, like, they know, like, maybe, like, he looks a little better when he does this or some shit like that. So he tells it, but when they go into the, like, telling me what to do, you know, like, that type of stuff.
Yeah, that gets me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that he's paying me. Like, I'm not answering to you, bro.
Right.
Like,
and it's like, I mean, yeah, it's also like, I understand like people get excited and it's like a creative like thing that we're doing, and you know you feel involved, and I want people to feel involved. Like, I don't want it to ever feel like, okay, it's super just like serious and whatever,
because we're having fun too,
right? And it's like, but it's all about going about things a certain way, and it's just a respect for like thing, and then you just gotta realize, like, you know, I think that like a lot of photographers and directors, like people just don't understand like what kind of work that goes into it, and like you know how long it takes to even get to a certain point. So it's just like for you to be, you know, for some, like I hear that a lot, like, oh, bro, I should do like, you know, I should direct. Like, bro, it's like, it's almost like, dude, stop it. Like, just because you think that you know cool angles doesn't mean anything, bro.
I know multiple people that have said that they want to get in directing, and then they bought a camera, and now they're not.
I sold my old camera to somebody that said that, and I haven't seen anything from him. But that's the difference between somebody with the camera and a director. The difference is that a director can take all the ideas that you're saying right now, but able to figure out how to actually implement it and then do it in a concise way and then get a shot done. Because like everybody has ideas, everybody has cool angles that they think is whatever. It's like, dude, everybody has ideas, bro. Just because you have ideas doesn't mean they're good, and doesn't mean you could direct. Directing means that you have ideas, but you know how to like format it and get it done. That's what directing is. And it's like people just don't understand that part. They just think that ideas are like what it takes to create shit, which really doesn't.
I think on the flip side of that, though, it's like, to be quite honest, I feel like music videos, especially like rap point and shoot videos, like to understand like what's going on, or it's like it's pretty simple. Like most videos are like they're all duplicates of each other. Like like all we do is just duplicate like videos that we've done. It's like you get kind of like a format of your how you do your videos, and then you just repeat, and then you rinse and repeat, and then you just give this person the new iteration of like how you shoot videos. But so it's like, I think that most people, when they look at music videos, it's like it's pretty simple to understand what's going on. So it's like people are able to kind of have their like point of view pretty quickly of being like, oh, like this is how we did it, so bro, I could do this. And it's like, but it's I feel like music videos can be like deceptively hard. Yeah. Like, because we're not even like harder than something another medium, but it's like they're harder than I think that sometimes people give credit for, because it's like what I personally think makes a good music video is it's all about the flow. Mm-hmm. and it's the rhythm and the vibe of the song, like how the visuals match with the song, which that was the stupidest like definition because that's like super broad, but
I know what you mean though.
But it's all about it's really it's kind of hard to really get the flow of the song and match it with the song.
Yeah.
And it's like, and so that's kind of the intangible that like people kind of don't really get. So then when people are kind of giving, even artists, like when artists are kind of giving you like little recommendations, it's like, it's kind of messing up like
the process. That's what I was trying to say with the directing thing. It's like what it is. It's like it's fairly simple. You know what I mean? Like anybody could really, anybody can make a music video really.
Yeah.
But the thing is, my thing with the directing point is it's like the difference between making somebody that could just make a video and like actually make a good video is that like they found that flow and rhythm and they found some type of like kind of format to it, and they're able to stick to that. Don't tell me that's mine.
That's you.
Oh, is that my work phone? Oh, I apologize to the podcast. Listeners. Oh my god.
Little phone check.
Little phone check. Oh my god.
Well, we're approaching the second 30-minute mark.
Second 30 mark. How many more minutes we have?
8.
Really, just to end what I was saying, really, is that like, you know, like I said, people with ideas are people with ideas, bro. But people that are able to like just concentrate and like figure out how to take these ideas but make it possible and actually like execute them, because like there's so much stuff going on. There's like people drinking, like having guns, like this guy wants to do this guy wants to hang upside down, but this guy wants to be too cool for that. And then like, you know, everybody wants to tell you what to do, and then the friends have ideas, and then now you have random pedestrians like walking around, cars. There's just so much stuff that's going on that like, yeah, anybody could just shoot that and be the guy that's like holding a camera, but that not everybody can find like the peace in that, like the time to be like, okay, all this is going on, but like, nah, let's just do it this way, because it's just, you could see the end of like the road, like, you know, of the tunnel. Like,
I know what you mean. I think about it like my brother is a producer, right? Shout out Killa Sawilla, and like I always think about it because he, like my workstation, because we live together, so my workstation is like right next to his workstation. So you know, he's doing the beats and stuff like that. I always think about it like, I listen to hella music, but I cannot just sit here and just fucking make me a producer. You know, I don't have that ear. Like some people don't have the eye. You know, so it's like you can't just fucking do everything in this world. Like I think a lot of people need to realize that. Like when it comes down to like saying you could just be a director and, you know, make videos. I know obviously back to it like that. You know, that's the situations with the homies and stuff like that. Most of that time it's just jokes, you know, they're just fucking around and stuff like that. But some people really do believe like, I could just pick up a camera and I can just start charging $800 and I'm just gonna be a fucking millionaire eventually in life. Like that's not how the fucking the shit works, like at all.
Yeah, man, that's interesting, guy. It's I mean, you're always gonna have that with I feel like anything. You know, there's always those people that kind of like always.
They kind of dismiss the.
They dismiss
the
art form, and like there's an actual like, you know, hard work behind it. It's not just you're just not a guy that like has a camera, bro. Like you're a guy that like really gives a fuck about this. You know, so
motherfuckers think they can rap. They can't rap. Like.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, it's what it is. But yeah, that's interesting, dude. Like when I know this is like one of the most basic like questions there is, but like how did you even get into like doing everything, and like what what was like the fact, what was the point, or like do you remember the point where like, oh, okay, I could do this really now. Like I can start going crazy on this. Like,
all right, we're gonna
just in case,
yeah. Just so I don't. But if they didn't catch that question, I basically was just asking. You know, when did you start, and like, when did you start like having that like that because obviously it starts off with the interest, but then it turns into a passion, right? Where it's like
it goes back to, I mean, it goes back to like 2017, 2018, like we were talking earlier, and then also back to my boy, you know, Killa Sawilla. Because he's been producing for longer than I've been doing videos, and so he would start going to the studio with artists and stuff like that, and I would tag along as his homie type shit. Okay. And so like there would always be like random situations. They'd be like, hey, get this pic, like literally handing me a cell phone, like, hey, take this pic real quick. Yeah. And so like one day we went to the studio and I just brought like a fucking cheap ass like $50 camera from Target. Like my grandpa gave like us in like fucking 2008, bro. Like literally like hell long ago. brought it, was taking pics, and like I fucked with that, and I just started taking pics for like he was doing the producing, and then he found an artist that he was really fucking with. Shout out Vaughn, that was his name. We were all really fucking like, we were all just fucking with each other, and like the turning point was kind of like I started when I was doing these pictures. It got kind of boring, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you guys did the photography phase, because a lot of people do that. They start off with photography, then go to videos. I don't know if you guys did that, but for me, the photos got boring as fuck, and it probably was because I didn't know how to edit them at the time, you know, and shit like that. But I just really didn't like it. But I knew I wanted to do videos like hella bad. Yeah. And so us three, me, Killa, and Vaughn, we wanted to shoot a video to one of Vaughn's songs that he had already did, and one of the homies that we had in Fresno, like hella far away, had a camera, like a video camera. And so did his roommate. His roommate had like a 4K, like a nice like video camera that they weren't tripping off me, like just using. Like they didn't want their names and anything like that. Like literally you could just use my gear and we could just shoot at our spot type shit. Right. Did that, shot it in Fresno, and then I didn't even have a laptop to edit or anything like that. But Killa edited it. Wow. He used iMovie for that video. I'm pretty sure the first movie we ever did.
That's sick. So you were just... you're already around the music and like going into studios. Yeah. You're just kind of peeping.
I've always been big on like watching rappers come up, even before I did video. Like I don't know why, bro. I was always on SoundCloud and shit like that. And Bay Area artists too. Like I was always watching like whoever was like coming up at the time, like before I was doing that. Sick. But I remember I was at Rolling Loud and we met a photographer, and this is real early for me. Like I think I just got a video camera. Like was really just starting. Because that first camera obviously didn't take videos or anything like that. And I was at Rolling Loud, and I was with them actually, and we met this photographer, and he was just hella dope, bro. Like he just, I don't know, and we were all fucking, it's Rolling Loud, bro. We have to drugs, hella shit. So like, everyone's just, it's just straight vibes, bro. We're just vibing, just chilling, bro. And this bro was hella cool. And I remember after I was like, damn, bro, like it'd be fucking dope, because after he walks out, he
goes back on the stage.
Yeah, he was shooting for like Trippie Redd and shit. Like I remember, like, oh, that's fucking dope. Like I hella want to do that. Yeah. And I remember walking back and I was just like, yeah, like I'm gonna do this shit.
That was the point where you felt it. Like it wasn't just it wasn't like an idea. It was like you need to complete it. You need to complete whatever that feeling was.
I ended up shooting at Rolling Loud like 2 years later too.
Oh, that's really?
Dope. Yeah,
that's dope. It was the one in Oakland, or
it was the one. Yeah. Oh, nice. They did the so the one I went to like in the crowd was in the first one that they did in Mountain View. That's hella close to me. You feel me? Like everybody was just Ubering. Like it was really, like hella close. And so then the second one I went to again, and that one was in Oakland. And the third one that I think the last two that have been out here were in Oakland.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Damn, that's sick, bro. Like, yeah, there's always those like moments where you're just like, okay. Like you almost feel like you just feel like you need to prove something to yourself, or like
shout out Isofer for the play for show. That shit was dope. That shit was stupid dope.
That's sick. But yeah, man, I just kind of like we kind of want to end this podcast with like a couple of stories, or like because bro with this video stuff, like we have nothing but crazy stories. I feel like there's just so much things that we like see and go through that are just hilarious and like are just. I know just the average person is not seeing what we're seeing. You know what I mean? Not to make it juiced up, but like, what is something that like, it doesn't have to be super crazy or nothing, but what is like a funny story or like a,
let me try to think, because there was one I already explained it on a podcast. It was just a shoe getting shot up. I don't know if you guys ever had that.
Dude, he has footage of like, bro.
That's scary.
He's been to like two. How many shoots have you been to that have been shot?
It was like two.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. He had this one. It was so funny because he showed it to me, and he was like, it was like it was just a raw footage, and like Adam, he was just like, yeah, like
dude, the little like
stand up, yeah, then pow, pow, and then like everybody kind of seemed like nothing happened at first. It was like,
it sounded like a firework at first,
right?
So basically, what it was is we were like,
because then you just see the next 10 seconds is
what a crazy clip.
No, it was. I'm not gonna go too far into that, but that was bad. That ended out being really bad. Right. But that was like, I definitely got the first little clip of it, and you can see in that clip really like You can see that going on, and it's because the first one it was just confusing. Like it was like what, and then you look and you see what's going on, and then that's when everybody starts running. But
I mean, I can't think of like anything crazy. Like I know there's been like I just have like little ones. Like there's a situation like after we shot a video, it was literally just me and bruh and 2 strippers, and then like the strippers like I don't know if they just like needed some breathing air or something, but they just completely stripped naked, like no nothing. And like if I had a dope story from like off of that, I'd tell y'all, but I really it really wasn't anything.
Dude just started packing up his camera.
They were real professional. Besides that, they were real like there was no like there was no nothing like that. But
do you I don't know, this is off topic, but like do you guys ever like I have like this group of strippers that like unfollow me and follow me like 30 times a month because they think that I'm probably gonna put them in the video. But like I've had like this group of like 5 strippers follow me and unfollow me like
I cannot
every
say
month.
I relate.
nah,
like,
if they're I ain't gonna lie, if they're cool, I'll follow them back.
Right? Yeah, no, but that's what I started to peep. I was like, dude, I feel like you followed me like 10 times already. So I'm like, I feel like you just want to be in a video at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's not like there's a lot of little stories though. That's funny though. Like girls just getting butt naked, just after that shit. Just
I had another one in mind.
Just got too hot and just had to let it.
Oh yeah, no, I for sure. I mean, fucked up as it sounds like, I for sure have witnessed like some. I have for sure witnessed after a video shoot like this exact situation has happened. I for sure got done shooting a video, was walking out, and then seen like one of the girls in the video go in with like bruh and like all the homies type shit, like shit like that, you know.
Yeah,
okay.
That
Right.
People have their own opinions on that, you know. But as a person who's just walking by witnessing that, that's definitely crazy to me.
Yeah,
that's a crazy story to me for sure.
Yeah.
But some people that happen on the regular. So
Right. I mean, that's crazy. Dude.
Oh, but let me make one thing clear. She wasn't like drinking or anything like, or at least from my like.
Nah, she did it on her own.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was like
she was down for the cause, bro.
It was one of those situations.
She was down for the cause. She knew exactly what she was getting into.
But yeah, those are. I feel like all the crazy stories I have for some reason they involve like the female strippers.
Bro, don't
like
even,
like
bro.
that,
honestly,
like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean. That's where it all gets involved.
When we hopped on, when we hopped on a podcast, like when somebody asks you that, like, what's a crazy story? You're just like you just don't know what to say, but you just know that there's been so many crazy things.
Well, I mean, like on the last one when he asked that, it was like, I definitely have like very clearly like maybe like 4 very clear stories that were like, whoa, like that. That was definitely a crazy thing in my life that I've never seen before. But
yeah,
so I mean, like some of the things, even that, it's like, I'm not even trying to really put that on the internet, but eventually it's like kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. But you know what though? Let's end it like with this though. Really the main the main kind of overarching like mission statement or like goal of this podcast is just to like shed some light on like turning art into like a business, you know what I mean? Because like there's not a lot of like people that are giving game or like we were saying, it's YouTube University, like just learning it by yourself. And that's the best way to learn. So it'd be cool to just provide like a little like a channel that we can give as much game as we can. So what would you say is like something that you've learned along the way in terms of like, turning art into business, or like lessons that you learned, or anything that you think that like maybe you 2 years ago would have benefited from hearing, you know what I mean?
Real quick though, that's crazy you guys say YouTube University. You guys are artists I shoot for, bro. I say that shit all the time. Those 2 words, I say that shit like that exact phrase all the time. So it's funny.
Dude, because it's the same over here, brother. I didn't go to school for any of it. I just was like, okay, YouTube this, YouTube that, everything.
Pretty much.
I mean, bro, shit that I learned, like, if we're talking like besides just like simple like you like learning off of like YouTube or like stuff that I learned like in life, like through doing like video shoots and stuff like that is, I mean, like the main thing is like just like everybody says and like you hear in a movie and stuff like that, like you really can't do whatever you put your mind to. Like you hella want to do something, you could do it for sure. And like I'd say the biggest thing that I've learned is that when it comes down to like being short on a let's say you're short on the money aspect, or you're short on like whatever, like whatever it is, you can make something out of fucking nothing.
Yeah,
absolutely. And that's with literally everything in life. Like on some like personal shit. Like I barely even finished high school. I barely graduated high school, and I moved out of the house at 18.
Okay.
You know, and since I was like 19 years old, I did not have a boss. I was like an entrepreneur, you know, like all that type of stuff. And
facts.
I always try to emphasize that you do not need to start off with fucking $10,000 to invest into whatever you want to do, or you want to do, like, you know, you can
just start.
Yeah, just start. Make that first step. Make that first point, you know? And that's not even necessarily for like the start of your career. Like you want to start a new chapter in your life, or you want to start a new, like, just really anything like that. Like you got to take that step, and you got to, you know?
Yeah.
And videos taught me that for sure, doing this music video shit.
Facts.
Because there were hella times where I was just like, damn, like I'm not as good as this person.
Right.
Or my videos don't look like this, or this and that. But you know, you got to suck it up and do what you got to do.
Those things just hold you back. Those are just all excuses. You realize like most things that you think are limitations are just excuses. Like, because like mostly everything that you, like, you know, you want to do, I mean, it just comes with you just starting, like, and just really trying, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I think this conversation was really productive. I hope, like, you know, people listening at home take something away from it. Like, you know, I have for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that was super fun.
But yeah, man, you know, appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. This is dope. This is dope.
Definitely gonna have you back on again. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let's wrap it up. So
right on.
good.
Yeah, good show.
Make sure you guys go like, subscribe, find us on some other podcasting platforms. We're still trying to figure all that stuff out right now. But yeah, until next time.